Let's take a look at this interview with Axios and Charles Koch. Keep in mind, I'll be honest here, I think the Koch brothers have done enormous damage to our democracy. I think they've done enormous damage to the climate. The whole principle of one person, one vote, or people having equal power in the political process, that has been withering away because of people like the Koch brothers who have spent millions of dollars influencing our elections.
Big reveal is you say partisanship doesn't work. You write, boy, did we screw up. What a mess. That's quite a mea culpa. What exactly did you screw up?
Well, we just screwed up by being partisan rather than approaching it nonpartisan. If we're going to help elect people, who are going to be champions for these policies that empower people so they can.
When he says that their mistake was being partisan, just note that he's basically saying he should have given more money to Democrats, which would have made Democrats likely to pass policies that would have helped oil companies like his, would have made Democrats pushing for more deregulation, Democrats pushing for a tax policy that tends to benefit the wealthy more than anyone else. Keep in mind his company received these huge subsidies. So him arguing that he was pushing for policies that empowered the everyday person, that's honestly laughable.
Potential and succeed by helping others succeed.
When did you realize that you screwed up?
Some of the politicians that we had helped get elected, I would see them on TV, and they would be talking about policies that were antithetical against immigration, against criminal justice reform, against a more peaceful foreign policy. I was horrified. I mean,
you had funded it,
because
you encouraged it?
We had vetted them. We had vetted them all, and they all seemed aligned on our major issues and on empowering people. And then once they got elected, I didn't expect them to fully agree with us on everything, but to be at least be champions on some of the major ones we were working on and that they said they were, and then do the opposite.
And was it more that it was giving the principles a bad name, or you just weren't getting results?
No, we couldn't get results, and the whole purpose of getting into politics were find people who would help move us toward a society of equal rights and mutual benefit, where people could realize their.
This idea that the Kochs that's the main reason why they were giving money politically, was so that we could try to move society towards greater equal rights and mutual benefits. That's honestly laughable if you've studied up on the lives of the Koch brothers. A lot of their political spending has been really to try to deregulate oil companies. They inherited a billion-dollar oil company from their dad, who had built oil refineries for Hitler and Stalin, and their entire political careers they were spending enormous amounts of money trying to not have climate regulation. A lot of the failure to move society toward greater economic sustainability has been because of the Koch brothers. Not only have they paid politicians, they have paid think tanks to write articles indicating that climate change wasn't really a problem, or that the government shouldn't take action on it. These guys are libertarians who have done everything they can to stop progression in combating climate change. And they've done enormous damage in the sense of trying to convince the public that climate change wasn't even a problem. Him talking about equal rights. Him and his brother pushed for Citizens United, which allows oligarchs like them to basically flood our campaigns with endless money. The idea that they believe in equality is a joke. They believe that they should have a louder voice in the political system than anyone else, even though they inherited their wealth. Yeah, they might have built it up a little bit, but overall they wouldn't be these mega billionaires if they wouldn't have inherited $1 billion from their dad in the first place. When he talks about how some of these people that they gave money to, they weren't pushing for peaceful foreign policy. Well, yeah, that's because you have huge weapons manufacturers that are honestly giving some of these politicians more money than the Kochs were. Lockheed Martin, Boeing, Halliburton. And so for him to act confused about that just shows some ignorance in how the system works, how the system operates. But this interview is honestly funny. It gives Charles Koch like this legitimacy that he really doesn't deserve. Let's go ahead and just finish it out.
And
It turned out politicians were
we're
politicians.
doing the opposite of it.
Turns out that was the end of it. But just know that Koch brothers, along with Mitch McConnell and Donald Trump, these are probably him and his brother David. Koch brothers are two of the people that have probably damaged our political system more than almost anyone else. They're at least in the top, probably at least in the top 5 in the last 4 decades. The Koch brothers have done huge damage to our democracy. Koch brothers should be vilified in history books in the future. Go read the book Dark Money by Jane Meyer. I cannot tell you enough how illuminating that book is in helping you to understand politics of the last 10 to 20 years. Thanks for watching. I'll be having more on history, politics, and philosophy. Thank you.